Today we are in Ragersville, Ohio. This is a museum here in Ragersville. We're here to look at a couple of cool things and also visit Jeff Davis. Well, at least his skeletonized remains. He's right in the next room. He's waiting for us. Let's not keep him waiting. Without further ado, let's go meet the infamous Jeff Davis. Okay, so if you step with me into this room and you hang a right, lounging comfortably in his glass display case is one skeletonized remains of Jeff Davis. How does one become a display at the Ragersville Museum? What happened to this guy? I'm going to tell you really quickly. So Jeff Davis was basically a troublemaker, thief, liked to break into people's homes, liked to sexually assault women. He was a nuisance, and he was a thorn in the side of the law when it comes to all of the different counties in and around Ragersville, Dover, New Philadelphia. Well, this guy, he met his end because he had broken into a woman's home and he tried to sexually assault her. She fights him off, he runs out, and well, he would eventually get caught by the law. Now, he was sentenced to 4 years in prison, but for some unknown reason or another, he was able to escape. I guess the jailer left his keys somewhere where he was able to grab them, so he fled. So the townspeople, having dealt with this guy for practically his entire life, you basically had a town bully in this guy right here, and they got tired of him. So they took matters into their own hands, and sometime in 1873, they strung him up. So the entire town gets this guy and ties him up. Now, the story gets a little bit murky on exactly if he was shot first and he was hung, or if he was hung and then he was shot. But he definitely was shot. And they hung him. This newspaper article right here basically shows the location of where they hung him at, which would be at the intersection of County Roads 52 and 46. And as you can see, there's some people posing right there with him. And there he is, sitting comfortably in somebody's couch. I don't believe this is the actual rope. I believe this is probably just a decoration, if you will. Now, when they were parading him in the streets, he was begging for mercy. I mean, this guy didn't want no part of this mob, if you will. Now, there's really no account of how many people there was, but they just got tired of years and years of this guy getting away with all these crimes and the law really not making an example out of him. So they grabbed him and they lynched him at that tree over on those county roads. Now, after he was dead, they paraded his body around town showing, hey, look what we did. And then people started feeling a little bit guilty about what they did. You actually had some people who felt really bad. One man left town. Another man died, some believe because of just the overall guilty conscience that he had. Who really knows? But what was done was done. And Not a whole lot of history about this guy, but definitely he was nothing but a troublemaker. Uh, he just loved to go into people's homes and take what was not his. And just overall, from what I've read, not a very nice guy. And I was looking for any kind of bullet wounds on his. Well, there's a hole. If you see right there below his right eye socket, that I don't believe that would be. That's obviously not a bullet wound. It's probably got chipped. Just this skeleton has changed hands over time, over and over and over. Me looking at this guy, he wasn't he didn't look very tall. He could have been about 5'10". That's just me totally guessing. But yeah, people just would keep this skull or keep the skeleton, and after a while, they just got a creepy vibe. They didn't want nothing to do with it, so they actually had a problem getting rid of it, so to speak. And they were thinking about burying it until he found a home right here in this cool little museum. So, just kind of like my other video about Ken McElroy, this guy, another town bully that people, that were normally law-abiding citizens, they just, you got a mob of people who just snapped and basically hung this guy. So there you have it. So I want to show you a couple of cool things in this museum, if you don't mind staying for a quick tour. Who is this unlucky wolf? This is a timber wolf. And well, in 1923, this wolf was outside of somebody's house and he was peering into somebody's window where the kids were playing and, well, scared the kids. And they thought the wolf was actually going to break in through the window, but the window held up. So the father grabbed his trusty rifle and plugged him. So there he is. One timber wolf. Got an old record player. I noticed at Walmart they're starting to sell record players now. Okay, very cool, very cool. And a hair braid. Just a hair braid. Interesting. Let's go around the corner here. You have some irons here. Back in the old days when you'd iron your clothes, you'd basically just get this, put it on the stove, let it get nice and hot, and you go ahead and iron your clothes. This is a steam vacuum washer, so people would just guess wash their clothes in there. I know some of you guys will get a load of this. I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of guns, unless of course you're protecting yourself. But I'm not into guns, but check out these cool guns right here. That is cool. I want that. I would totally buy that. Just as a conversation piece. Got a little Derringer right there, I believe, and I'm gonna guess that might be a 22 caliber pistol. It's probably like a one shot. You got one chance. Yeah, I love these little tiny guns. I really like those. Nines and Glocks and stuff like that, rifles. I'm just not into them. Unless you're defending yourself, I'm not into it. But I like old guns. Got an amazing wasp nest here that I would want absolutely no part of if it were still active. Thankfully, it is not. Now, if you go around here, you got some old uniforms of military members. Okay, pretty cool. Got some supplies. Old camera equipment. Huh? Imagine how many people taking selfies of themselves and people looking at them. So weird, so odd. Who knows that they were, in fact, the true trendsetters. And then you just have some miscellaneous stuff pertaining to, trophies, people winning, stuff like that. Susan Walker. Yeah, people didn't smile back in those days. This book right here, scrapbook. Wow, this is so old. I'm not even going to open it because I don't want to tear any pages. Got some old instruments right here, stuff like that. So basically, just a quick tour. I'm not gonna hold you guys any longer, but let's go say goodbye. I feel bad if we didn't say goodbye. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude. Okay. All right, Jeff, we gotta go. But it was nice meeting you. And yeah. Mob justice. Mob justice. Okay, guys, I am out of here. I am hitting the road. Where I go, nobody knows. Well, actually, I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going to a mechanic because my van is not running right. But yeah, this was really cool. I've been wanting to come here for a couple of years now, so I'm glad I made it. All right, guys, catch up with you later. Have a good one. Peace out.